And once again, I welcome you all to this program. And we have been together for quite some time, I think a couple of months or more. And the credit goes to Dr. Matthew Koshi and the Church of South India in general. Okay, now, today we have come to the second session of public speaking. Public speaking is an art. It's not simply the knowledge of grammar or the ability to speak. It is an inborn talent that can be nurtured. That's what I have to inform you today. And it's just like any other skill that can be practiced and mastered over a course of time. And today I would like to give you the recipe of public speaking. It doesn't mean that I didn't give you anything in my previous lecture, but today I would like to say a very easy recipe. Please note down in your diary, or if you have any piece of paper around, or a so-called English language diary, which I often insist that every learner of English must have a language log book, LLB. Language log book. Make sure it is there with the holy book, the Bible. And what I would like to begin with today is a small acronym, not even acronym, I must say that a recipe for that, EFGH. EFGH. Okay, that's my recipe for success. And you know, success it is never complete without the letter U. Success. SUCCESS. It's never complete without the letter U. So you are the central part of this program. It's not the CSI church, nor am I, or even the director, or even the coordinators around. No, you are the center. And if you are not at the center, you are left out. So please pay attention to what I am going to say, and for another couple of hours or so. So EFGH meaning E stands for education, knowledge, education, knowledge. Okay, E. And the F stands for, as far as we are Christians, faith. We should have the faith in our religion, faith in whatever you do, faith in our relationship, faith in our parents, faith in our teachers, or all the people around. So education, faith, and next is G. G stands for goal. You must have a goal. You are not here simply listening to me or to the church authorities just to give you a few pieces of information as a routine affair. It's not so. You should have a faith in it. After faith, you have faith in it, in yourself. If you don't have faith in yourself, you are not going to succeed. That is the most essential part of it, faith. And I remember, in order to explain the meaning of faith, there was a time a country was ravaged by famine and drought. Severe heat. Nobody could survive. And the king decided to call a meeting. And finally, he decided to invite everyone, both the young and old and the seers and the priests, etc. And to our great surprise, there was only one boy who came with an umbrella. The rest of them did not come with any, because they thought it would never happen. It is not going to rain anymore. So it is a faith that matters. It is a faith that I shall conquer. This is the challenge before you. I'm privileged to address you on behalf of the Church of South India, and getting across to you, at least to some of the prospects or potential students of tomorrow. Not students, leaders of tomorrow, or bureaucrats of tomorrow, or leaders of tomorrow. That's better said. Okay, so you must have education, faith, and this next one is goal. You must have a goal. Why are you attending this this session. Not because that your church is asking you to attend, not because that Dr. Matthew Koshi or the coordinator or the Church of South India are asking you to join a course. No, it is not their business at all. It is for you. You must remember that. So what's your goal? If you want to be a scientist, if you want to be a reporter, if you want to be a journalist, if you want to be a professor, if you want to be a painter, if you want to be a software engineer, be the best in your field. That's what we want to be. Unfortunately, our bureaucracy is being trained of all Christian candidates. This is a tragic fact. Many are, the moment they get a certificate in first degree, BTech, BSc or BBA, the first option that comes to their mind is, how can I get to New Zealand? How can I get to Canada, America? Let me tell you, my dear children, there's no life there. India is our country. We should stay here. We should not desert this country. You are being educated for the benefit of the millions of people who are not so fortunate as you are. So please make sure you do your best and stay back. Never go to this country. You can go there. I don't mind. You can spend a couple of months or years there and come back because this is your home. Whenever you go to another country, you are treated like a second-grade citizen. I'm not talking from hearsay. I have been outside India for 40 years. I have traveled half the world, and this is my experience. So India is our country. Be Indian, buy Indian, and try to be Indian. So here, lots of opportunities are there. I don't mind you going to another country and educate yourself, be the best student, no problem, but don't hang around there. You should not be a salesman in one of the subways or Tesco's or McDonald's in London or America or New Zealand. Come back. It's better to reign in hell than serve in heaven. So this is my message to you on behalf of the Church of South India. Be back. We are Indians. Try to remain here. Try to prove that you are better than the rest of. This is the golden opportunity provided by the Church of South India. You go outside, we don't mind. Educate yourself. Okay? Expose yourself to different cultures, but don't be lost there. Come back to India. Okay, that's my message for this program. And let's get back to that. So I said EFGH, education, faith, then third is goal. You must have a goal. What do you want to be? You want to be a lecturer? You want to be a scientist? You want to be a painter? You want to be somebody else? Well, it's up to you. Then the last one, H stands for hard work. Hard work. Nothing. There's no substitute for hard work. Work, work, work. Right from morning till evening until you reach your goal. Nothing would distract your attention. No love affair, no reading other things, not internet. Nothing should distract you until you reach your goal. Mind you, this is very, very important. I'm dealing with children, boys and girls below the age of 25. This is the reason I tell you. So the first message to you is to have this formula implemented, EFGH. Education, get the maximum education. First degree is not enough. PG is not enough because everybody is given 99.9 in your exam, but it doesn't show that you are really worth it. So what I will suggest to you to read and learn more. So education, second is faith. You will gain. You are the future. You can do it. Absolutely. You must have faith in yourself. You must have faith in your religion. You must have faith in Christ. These three things will guide you. Okay. And goal, you must set a goal. Don't be distracted. There's a goal for you. And the goal should set everything right for you. Okay, the path to that peak or that point may not be easy, may not be soft, it may be hard and difficult, but make sure you reach that goal. And the last but not the least is hard work, day and night. Don't give excuses. I'm tired, I have headache, I have this program on TV. No, that's not enough. You just reach where you want to be and then you relax. So that's it. That's the message I have for you today. And Shakespeare, if you read, those who read literature, there are a couple of lines famous in Julius Caesar. There is a tide in the affairs of men, which taken at the floods leads to fortune, omitted all the voyages in their voyages of their life is bound in shallows and miseries. The opportunities come to your life only once. Remember, your parents won't be with you throughout your life. The assistance you get from the church, from the society, and from the friends and teachers won't be with you forever. And if you take it lightly, you will spend the rest of your life in shallows and miseries. This is what Shakespeare reminds us. And Shakespeare is not a complete man. I don't ascribe our success to Shakespeare. The Bible has it in a different way. I say the idea is better exposed in 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 2. 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 2. Behold, now is the day of salvation. Behold, now is the day of salvation. This is the time. This program is brought to you by the Church of South India, and this is your time. हर आदमी को अपना दिन है, ये आपका दिन है. अगर आप ले गया तो बस आप सक्सेस हो जाएगा जिंदगी में, नहीं हो तो बेकार, खत्म हो गया. So this is your life. This is the time. Behold, observe. Now is the day of salvation. രക്ഷയുടെ ദിനം ഇന്നാണ്. So this is the day that's brought to you by Church of South India. Great day. I'm associated with many such programs, but Church of South India has attracted me more than any other faith or any other denomination, for the simple reason that they pay more attention to the younger generation. They don't look forward to the past out or the future generation, but they look forward to the current generation because they are going to lead the church. Okay, and let me just instantaneously just put it across to you that there is a famous phrase in Latin. Yes, it's called carpe diem. I must have said it in one of my previous lectures. Carpe diem. C-A-R-P-E-D-I-E-M. This is Latin. Carpe diem. C-A-R-P-E-D-I-E-M. Carpe diem meaning seize the day. Seize the day. What does it mean? Seize the day. Capture. ये तुम्हारा दिन है, पकड़ो. छोड़ने का नहीं है. This is the day for you. Don't leave it. Grab it. Okay? And that's very important. This is your day. 11th. Just write it down in your language logbook. This is your day. You have taken a decision to be what you want to be in your life. Write it down and make sure you follow it up little by little, step by step, point by point. Okay? Then I instantaneously remember what Martin Luther Jr. said in one of his discourses to the Negro people. If you can't run, okay, you can walk. If you can't walk, you can crawl, C-R-A-W-L. But by all means, keep moving. Keep moving. Chalte rehna. That's important. See, if you can't walk, at least keep crawling. If you can't crawl, at least keep moving. By all means, you must keep moving. Movement, that's important. That's important. Okay, right. Let me just narrate a personal incident. Probably some of you from Andhra Pradesh and Simandra might be hearing me. So I completed my degree at Andhra Pradesh, Vaishak, and and there was a time that I was asked to give a lecture way back in the, I'm talking about the 70s. The professor asked me, Mr. Man, you are going to give a lecture. I was really shivering down the spine because I had never given a lecture to anybody. And I was the only Keralite studying in West Godavari district, Narsapur. And Chiranjeevi was my 1 year junior, the former president, I mean, the chief minister of Andhra Pradesh. So I was given the opportunity to speak to them. I was least prepared. Then a professor of mine by name Vasandarao, then he said, you are going to speak on the occasion. I said, sir, I have never spoken. I knew only one international language, that is, my mother tongue, nothing else. I was shivering down, the shivers went down my spine. I was sweating. Then he said, no, you come to me every day. I went to his house about a couple of weeks, because those days, the relationship between the teacher and the student was something very filial, something very reverent, I must say, very, holy, I must say. So he dictated sentence by sentence, and I took about 5 to 6 days to learn it by heart, and the D-Day came. D-Day means the final day when I was supposed to deliver the speech. You know that my college had about 3,300 students. That was the strength. And about 22 students were attending, or rather participating in the public speaking competition. The topic, in the early 70s, the topic was 25 years or 30, I don't know, I remember the number of years of independence. So my term, I think my name was called out in the 11th position, I think. So many girls and boys had gone and spoken before me. And when my turn came, I was at the bottom of the hall. Then I walked up the aisle. Then I took hold of the podium. And my professor Vasandarao asked me, don't look at any single person or a girl. Just pick 3 points, left, center, and right. Don't look at any particular person, because they might show their faces or even giggle at you or make fun of you, and you will lose your concentration. So when I started my speech, it was a rote memory recitation, in the sense that I didn't know what I was speaking, but I knew that I was just churning out exactly what I had crammed up. So I looked at the 3 points as he had suggested, and finally I completed my speech and I came away. After about half an hour, when all the speech was over, the professors who sat in front of me, and they put their head together, and they finally came up with the 3 names. Okay, the 3 names. First name, they started from the ascending order. Okay, the 3rd position went to Swarnalata. 2nd position went to Samreddy. And the 3rd position, in the sense that the 3rd was not the 3rd position, the 1st position, it came to me. And since then, I have never looked back. I have represented many universities, many colleges, I have seen many stages. So this is my personal experience. So I would like to share with you on this platform. So I'm sure that you will also practice, never be afraid. डरने का नहीं है, करने का है, बस. Okay, right. That's the advice I have to give you. One, now I would like to just, before I get back to my today's points, I would like to brush up by previous days, or rather sessions, points once again. How to become an effective speaker. That's very important. I said you have to remember past, P-A-S-T, past. Quickly, I won't take more than 5 minutes to go through what I did in my previous lectures. Past is purpose, the purpose of the lecture. What is the purpose? To entertain, to inform, okay, to educate, to convey. What's the purpose of your lecture? You must be aware of that. Second, audience. You must know who you are talking to. Now, I'm aware, I'm talking to groups of boys and girls, maybe from lower secondary school to higher secondary or senior secondary schools. That's what it is meant for. Audience. Next is style. You must have style. Style nahi to koi nahi dekhega. Style is important, because whenever you buy a cloth, whenever you buy a shirt or shoes or bangles or watches, you always take care of style. Jimki Kamal, you know, there are different styles. Okay, think of that. You must have a signature. You must have a style of your own, so that nobody can imitate you. Don't be a follower. Let the people follow you. You just be the pioneer. Let them follow you. Don't follow them. Don't follow Chiranjeevi or somebody else who is acting there. You let them follow you. You just create a style of your own. You be a model. You be a role model for life. Okay? So that's important. Style. Then tone. Tone is important. How you talk to people. Okay? Talking to people is important. High tone, low tone, politeness, rude, or casual. So you must involve, I must say, put your body and soul into what you say. That's what I have to say. Put your body and soul into what you say. Okay? Be alive. Be active. Don't read for your mother. Don't read for your father. Don't read for your teacher. Read for yourself. Let people notice you. Let people admire you. Oh, great. He has got good pronunciation. She has got a good knowledge about what she is talking about. That's important. So please make sure that be a role model for the rest. Don't be a follower. This is the Bible teaches us. Be a leader. Don't be a gleaner. Be a leader. Don't be a gleaner. Gleaner means kala varkunnon. No. You be a leader in your own chosen field. If you are a scientist, be the best scientist. If you are a rocket scientist, be the best rocket. Produce the best rocket in the world. If you are a lecturer, be the best lecturer. If you are a doctor, be the best doctor. What is your contribution? Squeeze money from people who cannot afford, who are at your mercy? No, never do that. Help them. This is what education is meant for. This is Christianity is meant for. This is the meaning of our religion. So remember that. Past, purpose, audience, style, and tone. Then I must tell you how to prepare yourself. We are talking about public speaking. चार चीज बहुत जरूरी है. Okay, very important. First one, as I said earlier, this is repetition. Procure, prepare, practice, and present. Procure, gather, collect. Prepare, take as much as you want. Okay, then leave out. Then the next one is prepare. Practice, that's important. Practice in front of your parents, in front of your elders, in front of your brother, in front of your sister, in front of your admirers. And don't mind the criticism, because that's in the best interest of yours. Okay, prepare, practice. And the last one, present. That's important. Present. Present yourself. When you present, make sure you are at your best. Don't be scared. Because when you prepare a topic, only you know the best part of it, nobody else. Okay? Right. And then let me just quickly go through the 10 commandments which I taught you in my previous lecture. Quickly, maybe in 2 minutes time. Number one, observe great people and their speeches. Observe. पढ़ो दूसरे दो लोगों को देख के पढ़ने का. That's very important. How do they deliver it? How do they speak? Shashi Tharoor. Okay. Then you can say Martin Luther King, Abraham Lincoln. Okay. Then there are many examples from the history. You follow anybody. Then second, prepare your speech well in advance. Never postpone things to the last moment. Make sure you do your best and prepare it well until you reach to your best. So prepare it well. Take time and make sure you do your best within the limited time. Repeat, prepare well. And then number three, know your audience. Suppose if I speak to any illiterate people or even some other category, I'm not going to use the same method or the same vocabulary or even the same style with which I deliver the speech to you. So I must make sure that whatever I say is going to benefit you. So know your audience. Next is remember the talking points. Remember the talking points. I must say that this is the roadmap. Roadmap in the sense that if you have 10 minutes to speak or 5 minutes to speak, make sure you write down the key points on a piece of paper. But you are not supposed to read out from that. Take the key points. 1, 2, 3. Roadmap. First point, second point, third, fourth, fifth, and conclusion. So make sure you have it, but don't read out. Nobody should feel that you are reading out from a piece of paper. Means when you are experienced, when you have practiced enough, I'm sure that you will be in a position to say it from your mind. That's very important. Next is use effective language and supporting details. Your language must be good. It's not enough that you say something somewhere. You must have good command over the language, good English, good Telugu, good Hindi, good Kannada, okay, good Tamil. You must be good at that. No matter which language you choose, but make sure you are at your best. And you must use appropriate pronunciation, modulation. It must be pleasant. It must be audible. I'm talking to you from Trivandrum. I'm sure that I'm getting across to about 3 to 4 states. So I must be audible and I must be intelligible. I must make sure that whatever I convey reaches you properly. This is important. Okay. Then the next is be confident, pleasant, and audible. Be confident. Don't lose your confidence. And confidence in the sense that only you have prepared your speech to the best of your ability. Nobody else knows what you're talking about. But make sure you do your best. Confidence. Yeah, that's important. When suppose you are going to talk about Swachha Bharat, nobody else in the audience is as prepared as you are. Then why are you scared? You should not be scared because you are the best informed and better informed than anybody. Never say sorry in your speech. And in the hubbub, some people say, I'm sorry. You are not sorry. You are not even sorry. So you must make sure that you don't commit any mistake because only you are aware of what you are talking about, not the listener. Now I am talking to you and Dr. Matthew Koshi is listening to me and so many else, hundreds of people, and they don't know exactly what I have in store for you. So definitely, even if I say something off the track or on the track, they will say, oh, good. So you must remember that this is the best thing. You must know yourself. You must know yourself. You are capable of what you think of yourself. Okay, so that's important. Be confident, pleasant, and audible. Pleasant. Don't be constricted. Don't be offended. Don't be arrogant. Don't be embarrassed. Be confident. Have a smiling face. You look very tired. Oh my God. ఏం మాట్లాడుతున్నారు ఏంటో తెలుసు కాదు నా ఇంగ్లీష్ ఇంత మాత్రం మంచిది కాదు. So you may think. So what I suggest is make sure that you are confident, pleasant, and audible. Make sure you are audible. And when you talk to, when you hold the microphone, make sure you hold the microphone not the 90 degree this way. I mean, not this way, parallel to your body, but 90 degree. And there must be at least a 4-finger distance. And then talk to them confidently. And I'm sure you will be a good speaker. Try this in your church, in your community, in your society, in your schools, in your colleges, in the assembly, wherever you go. Have confidence, because nobody can beat you. That's important. So next, number 7, grab the attention of the audience. Very, very important. Very important. A good beginning is half done. अगर शुरुआत में flop हो गया, पूरा खत्म हो गया बस. The beginning is gone, everything is gone. So make sure you just do your best, prepare well, practice well, and deliver it to the best of your ability. And if you have done it, the first go, nothing can pull you down. Nothing can stop you from achieving what you want to be. Okay, next is number 7. Not only grabbing the attention of the audience, but also make sure you conclude it properly. Not only grabbing the attention, because the beginning of the speech must be full of power. They must know what exactly you have. And the conclusion must not be a flat tire. It must have something solid. It must have something clear, positive, that this is going to benefit you. Okay, with a punch dialogue, with a good example, with a positive statement, with a positive attitude. Never be pessimistic. So make sure you deliver your goods with a positive punch in it. I would like to call it as punchline. Punchline. That punchline is important. When you attend a dinner, the last course of dinner will be mukh meetha karne ke liye hai. That's important because you have tasted sour. Okay, so many different tastes, bitter things. Then finally you will have black forest or plum, so many other things, you know, whatever you want to sweeten your taste buds. Okay, make sure you just close and begin your speech with a punch dialogue. Important. Number 8, tell it as a story with a middle and an end. Tell your story. The speech must be a story with characters in it, speeches in it, beginning, middle, and an end. It must be a story. That story must be well said, well delivered, properly scripted, with a plot in it. That must be the theme of the speech, no matter whether it is a small one or a big one. Number 9, be within the time limit. Time is important. Suppose I'm supposed to speak for about 1 hour 30 minutes or so. Suppose if I go on talking, then you will say, then you will be yawning, you will be coughing, huffing, and such things. So I must be within my limit. So therefore, when your time is 3 minutes, 5 minutes, try to within. When you get the warning bell, try to wind it up. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to wind up my speech, and this is the summary of it. Okay, that's it. Number 10, dress properly. That's important to suit the occasion. Maybe you are listening to me, attending, maybe some of you are in a casual dress. or maybe uncombed or unkempt hair, that's not enough. Whenever you talk to somebody, whenever you present yourself before anybody, you must be in the best appearance, properly kept. Adequate precautions must be taken with regard to your cleanliness, body, etc. That's important. So trust is also important. Unfortunately, when I attend some church services, young women and men and women are wearing t-shirts, okay, shoes, not the black one, okay. So these are some of the things you have to resist from. When you go to church, you are going to talk to your creator, your God. You must be in the best appearance, in the sense that how you regard your parents and grandparents. And imagine you are going to the church to talk to your creator. You must be in your best acceptable uniform. Acceptable behavior, very important. Politeness, humility, presentation, all these are important. Nowadays, I'm sorry to say that sometimes I go to church, people I can see t-shirts and they are running shoes, they come and take part in the Holy Communion. This is tragic. Tragic. Anyway, that gives a piece of thought to you. Anyway, these are the 10 things, and I move on to the next one. As I mentioned earlier, there are 4 types of speeches. 3 I mentioned in my previous, and the 4th one I am going to concentrate today. First one is speaking on a given topic. Because normally when you go to schools and colleges, you get a topic. Swachh Bharat ke bare mein, or you talk about empowerment of women, or you talk about the development of in South China Sea, or Ukraine war, etc. That's okay, given topic. Then you justice delayed is justice denied, or so many dime a dozen topics are there. You can prepare yourself. You have adequate time. You can consult your parents. You can consult your teachers and elders around, no problem. But the second one doesn't provide such room for you. That is extempore speech. What is extempore speech? Yeah, that is where you will see the real, the oratory comes out of you. When you go to participate in an extempore speech, they will give you the topic a couple of minutes before, then they will ask you, okay, it's your turn. After the speaker, you will go on stage and you will speak about it. How are you going to do it? That's the real test. You don't have much time to think about it. So make sure you attend this, so that you will be short notice pe kuch bhi kuch karna hai. Kya karna hai? Ye sochne ka. So you have to do something within the short period of time. That's important. That is extempore speech. You are invited. You will be given a topic 2 to 3 minutes before you really go on stage. That is where your real mettle or spirit is tested, whether you are in a position to convince people using the available knowledge you have with you. And it shows your ability to convince people, okay, and use appropriate language. That is the second one. And now the third one is declamation. D-E-C-L-A-M-A-T-I-O-N. Declamation. Declamation, absolutely, you have no problem. You are going to repeat what somebody else has said. Koi aur bola, aur wo pad ke pढ़ने के बाद तुम खुद you have to reproduce it. That's quite easy. You can talk about Martin Luther King's speech, or Jawaharlal Nehru's speech on the 14th of August, or Abraham Lincoln's speech, and many other speeches, no problem. Vivekananda's speech, Mark Antony's speech, as you listened to me last time, friends, lawmen and countrymen, lend me your ears. I have come to bury Caesar, not to praise him, etc., etc., etc. Okay, well, Today I'm going to talk to you because most of you, I am sure, that professional students may be attending engineering. So there I would like to spend a little time on group discussion, GD, politely called or fondly called GD, group discussion. So this is something you are going to face when you reach professional courses like MBA, engineering, BBA, and some other courses. So this is very important. It's a tool applied by most of the recruitment agencies. I mean, HP, Infosys, Intel, big companies, Tata Consultancy. All these companies apply this because that is where you will be put to test. It's not enough that you have a degree, BTech 99.9. But what's your name? Introduce yourself. That's the situation. That shouldn't happen. You must explain yourself who you are, what are your dreams, and what you want to be in 10 years' time from now. Prepare yourself. That's important. So group discussion is an effective tool used by the employer. And it is used to test your skills. What do you mean by skill? The ability to do something. Suppose I want a cook in my house. I have advertised in the newspaper. I want a South Indian cook or national cook or North Indian cook or international cook. You must be a cook, you must not be a crook. Okay. So I entertain people, interview them. So what do you look for in a cook? It's not the qualification. You have qualified yourself maybe from some of the outstanding institutions. That doesn't warranty or vouchsafe for your ability. You must be a cook in the sense that you must be good at preparing certain dishes. And to the best of your ability, it must be palatable. You should not cook up something, you should cook something. You should not cook up something. कुछ ना कुछ करके छोड़ने का नहीं है, but you have to prepare the exact dish. That's very important. Okay, so this is very important. Recently, I visited a degree college, an engineering college in Trivandrum. So the principal told me nearly 60% of the students do not make it to the final stage simply because that they are not capable of expressing yourself. They have a lot of information, but they cannot express. They don't use language properly. So as a result, they become unemployed. Only the best, maybe 25 to 30% of the students are selected on the basis of their semester examination and other internal assessment, etc. But the rest of them, 70% of them are, they come out of the institution with only a degree, with a letter, be tech, or the 3 English letters. And this is it. Then this is my advice to you. When you appear for an interview, particularly campus recruitment, follow this, write down this. Number 1, be creative. Number 1, be creative and analytical. Be creative and analytical. Creative in the sense that you must come up with some new suggestions, new solutions, new interpretations, which your friends cannot, because you are better, you have better exposure. You are a Christian, you read the Bible, you have better exposure, you are better informed, you are better read. Therefore, you should think critically, analytically, analyze the problem. Analyze the problem one by one. What is the problem? How can we solve it? Okay, be creative and analytical, step by step, little by little. Okay, second is be alert and receptive. Be alert. Be alert in the sense that you must be always alert. What does your friend say? What do they say about it? Alert and be attentive. Attentive all the time. Don't be lost. Make sure you listen to the lecture. Make sure you listen to your friends properly, and you will come out with a final solution. That's be alert and receptive. Number 3, be vocal and speak at the right time. Be vocal. Yes, you have understood, but you are unable to speak. That shouldn't be the case. You should choose the right time without offending anybody, and you should be vocal. Means you must be communicative. You must tell them exactly, dear friends, this is what I understand. This is what I make of it. Okay, so be vocal at the right time without offending. Okay, next, be a team player. Be a team player. It's not enough that you will take it up single-handedly. Humans live it as community. It's not one-man show. So make sure that you must be a team player. Team player in the sense that you have to do a thing collectively. Not one by one. Take all the people on board and try to be the spokesperson for them. That is where your success lies. Next is be a leader without stepping on others' toes. Be a leader. There will be about 6 to 8 people sitting around a table solving or maybe brainstorming or suggesting solution to a problem. But make sure be a leader without stepping, without offending anybody. Not shouting at the highest pitch, understanding and analyzing and speaking at the right time without offending anybody. That is your personality. That's important. Be a leader without stepping on others' toes. TOES. Next is be positive. Never be pessimistic. Be positive. We shall succeed. Remember, I don't know if you remember my first lecture about a couple of months ago when I think Dr. Matthew was invited me to the first session. I said, we shall overcome. That was the song I said. I mean, rather I sang, we shall overcome. Deep in my heart, there's a desire. So that's important. So be a leader without stepping on others, and be positive. Be positive. Don't be negative. Okay. And finally, last but not the least, communicate properly. Communicate properly. That's your success. You may have maybe a stretch of degrees attached to your name, but you can't express yourself. You are big zero. So make sure that you are a good speaker, good orator, good communicator, good team leader, good to express your ideas to your friends, share with your family members. If you want to talk to your brother, talk to your sister, talk to your parents, grandparents, uncles, and aunts around. Make sure, make use of, this is a training period for you. Never be silent. Express yourself. You may have problems, you have pleasures, you may have pains, but make sure you share. You are not alone in this world. You are in a family. You are a member of the family, Christian family. That's important. So make sure you share your problem. Okay. So similarly, communication counts a lot. Communicate. If you have any personal problem, share with somebody. Share with your mother. Share with your father. Share with your sister, brother, so that you'll be relieved of that. That is applicable to this, group discussion. Okay. Then what are the skills they look for in you? This group discussion is, they will invite the employer, maybe, Infosys or maybe Intel Pentium or Mindtree or any other Accenture, dime a dozen names are there. They will invite you to sit around their table consisting of boys and girls. They will give you a problem. Okay, how are you going to solve this? Three things. I'll give you a formula. Lead M. Lead M. That's the skill they look for in you. Lead M. Lead M. Lead M. That's my formula. These are the skills they look for in you. You must have this ability. It's not enough that you passed with 99.99. You can't open your mouth. You can't even suggest a solution. It doesn't mean your qualification has no meaning. So make sure you have this lead. L stands for listen. Yeah, listen attentively. When you participate in a group discussion, you have to listen to your friends. Okay, is there any stuff in what she says? Is there anything substantial in what he says? That's important. Listen carefully before you speak. Then second, express precisely. You have to express yourself. Yes, don't leave it half. Express yourself. This is exactly what you want to say, and you make sure you express all your heart in a simple, understandable language. L, listen attentively. E, express precisely. Express it continuously. And then A, analyze thoroughly. If you have a problem, if you have some suggestions, analyze it. First listen, analyze, express. Then the third one, D for discuss constructively. You must take part in the discussion. It's not enough that you are collecting information from your friend sitting by and you have become the mouthpiece of that. No, you must have your own contribution. Make sure you discuss it constructively. Constructive suggestion, sensible suggestion, practicable, feasible suggestion must be there. It's not enough. Somebody else said that I'm just copying it. No, you must have your personality. What is your contribution to that suggestion? That's important. And finally, lead M, I said. M stands for managing it successfully. Yeah, manage this discussion. You must be a manager. You must be the controller. You must be the person who just brings it to, who brings this to a definite conclusion. So lead M, listen, express, analyze, discuss, and manage. So these are the skills that we expect from you. It's not enough that you answered the question, when was India becoming independent? November 14th or November 15th or December 15th. That's not enough. Make sure that you have this ability. Listen carefully, express clearly, analyze thoroughly or precisely, discuss constructively, and finally, manage everything, put everything in a nutshell and express it. Okay? And what matters in the group discussion is very important. What matters is important. That is reasoning ability. Whenever you say something, people find some reason in your ability. Reasoning. Oh, if he says something, well, he has a reason to say so. What are the reasoning traits, qualities? How to make a good person who can give the best reasons? What are the traits that will make a good reason? Number one, openness. You must be open, frank, clear, clarity, openness. You must be open in your discussion, open in your desire, open in your attempt, open in your goals, everything open in the sense that nothing secretive. Number two, assertiveness. When you want to assert something, forcefully say something, you have to say it. People may not like it, but you have to say that this is the truth. This is the reality. And this is the only way with which you can solve the problem. Positive ആയിരിക്കണം, assertive, confident, without offending others. And while being assertive, being forceful, okay, make sure you don't offend anybody. That is a sort of a technique you have to master, or the skill you have to master. Without offending anybody, you have to be assertive, forceful in your saying. I believe that this is correct, this is wrong, and this will have this kind of repercussions. This will have this offshoot. You must be confident enough to say that. Okay. Next is third is motivation. Your presence is not for yourself. You are the Bible says you are the salt of the earth. You are the salt of the earth. Salt is enough to give taste to subject, to meat, to the fish, to the vegetables. Whatever you do, imagine you cooked your meat. You didn't add salt to it. What will you say about it? Taste ledu. You know, you have many expressions. Oh my God, I can't taste it. So you are the salt of the earth. You are the live wire. You are the spirit. Every Christian student is the salt of the earth. If you are there, you will succeed. You are the one who will guide you to the right point, to the right direction. You are the salt of the earth. So you must motivate, appreciate others. Okay, well done. Even if somebody is not faring well as you are, make sure, doesn't matter. If you are not doing it, say, you can do it tomorrow. Doesn't matter. This is not the end of the world. If you failed once, तो क्या करने का? छोड़ दो. Leave it. You can do it. You will not be a failure throughout your life. You will fail only once, but you will not fail throughout your life. But make sure failure is, who said it? I mean, the most illustrious president of India, Abdul Kalam, said, first attempt in learning. That's how he interpreted fail. First attempt in learning. So when you fail once, maybe you have 6th semester, 2 papers incomplete. So it's not failure. It is first attempt in learning. You learn more, study more, prepare more, and present more. Okay, so motivate others. Next is knowledge. Knowledge is important. So when you participate in a discussion, when you participate in a show, when you participate in a debate or a group discussion or a public speaking, you must have the correct knowledge. Knowledge in the sense that you must be confident enough to deliver what exactly you are supposed to. So knowledge is important. You must present them with facts, figures, anecdotes to support or bolster your arguments. You must have adequate stuff with you. Knowledge is important. Next is appropriate social behavior. Appropriate social behavior, that's important. Social behavior means some people are so good at their knowledge, appearance, but they are not friendly. So make sure you are amiable, you are humble, you are tolerant, and you go well with the rest of the people, etc. That's very important. Okay, so these are the about 5 points, I must say, the traits they look for in you. Number 1, openness. 2nd, assertiveness. 3, motivation, knowledge, and appropriate social behavior. Say, for example, now you have been called to sit around a table and discuss a problem. Open book exam. Open book exam. Imagine that you can walk into your exam hall with the books, mechatronics, physics, chemistry. Oh, what a lovely day I look forward to. We don't have to store anything in our brain. We can just walk into the exam hall with all the books you have studied. But remember, and when you are going to take part in a discussion with 6 people around a table, how are you going to? You have to make up your mind whether you are going to support it or oppose it. Is it good or bad? You think. Then you have to support it with the supporting points. If it is good, why is it good? If it is bad, why is it bad? So you must have the pros and cons, positive and negative ideas. Okay, advantages and disadvantages. What will benefit you? These are all important. So that's what we have to bear in mind when you talk about open discussion. Then, so I don't have time. We have only 20 minutes left now. So I move on to the next one. So I talked about public speaking on a given topic. Next, extempore speech. Then group discussion, and finally I would like to touch on extempore speech. That is the only one left behind now. Extempore speech is in other words, we call it as impromptu speech. Impromptu, IMPROPTU. Impromptu means without preparation. You go there and you have been given a topic just before 5 minutes or 3 minutes or 2 minutes, and you will be invited to speak on it or about it for a couple of minutes, 3 minutes to 5 minutes. This is the real test is there, whether you will be able to convince people using your own ideas. Yes. Then what matters most is a brainstorm is important there. What is brainstorming? Gathering points in support of your argument. Brainstorming. Civil service examination. When you reach the final stage, make sure there are fewer and fewer Christian students appearing for civil service and UPSC examination. Please, those who listen to me, prepare well right from now, from your grade 12 degree. Within 3 to 5 years, you can be a police officer, you can be a collector, you can be a director, but don't leave it. It is within your reach. Focus. You follow this. Prepare well. Try it until 32. Okay, up to the age of 32, you can, I think, 5 to 6 times. So you start appearing for it. Doesn't matter. You appear once, then get to know how the examination takes place and what are the areas you have to concentrate on, how to prepare, and try again. Second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Very few people are appearing for Christian students are appearing, even for legal, judiciary. Recently, only 2 students in Kerala passed the test. Unfortunately, we should have legal support. Many of you listen to me, maybe law students, please prepare. You must appear for a magistrate and municipal examinations, judiciary examinations. Prepare well. Try it once, twice, thrice. You must get it. So make sure you give a try. Okay? It's better to try and fail rather than fail without trying. So make sure you try. Then you fail, doesn't matter. I tried my best. I couldn't get it, no problem. But try and fail without failing without trying. So make sure. This is instantaneously that came to my mind. I must remind you that you should appear for all these examinations. Okay, talking about brainstorm. When you have a topic in front of you, in the case of final examinations, you have one paper, civil service. I'm talking about IAS and IPS examinations. Final examination, you have 3 papers, 3 hours, 1 paper, 7 paper for general studies, 2 optionals and 1 essay. Essay paper in English, 2 essays in 3 hours, 1,200 words each, 2 topics. And that is where the real personality comes out. That is where your communicative ability comes out. It's not enough that you passed the MA or PhD or DLIT, but this is This is going to decide on your individual ability. It's not enough that you mugged up something, you omitted and you got about 99.9. This is creative. It shows the real personality of the person. So brainstorming is important. When you prepare for the extempore, that within the 5 minutes, you ask 5 or 6 WH questions. WH questions. You don't have much time to read and think. So you have a piece of paper with you. So इसके बारे में क्या लिखने का है? Okay, space research. Is it beneficial or waste of time or talent? Well, think of it. If you support it, 5 different points. I must ask you to put WH questions to it. What is WH question? What, why, when, where, who, how. For example, you talk about euthanasia. Euthanasia means painless killing of a person. There are people who cannot get up from their bed. They don't know what's happening. They are being fed synthetically or manually. They are not able to digest. They don't know the taste of what the things we eat. So we naturally request for mercy killing. Do you support it? Well, there are 2 views. Those who support, those who oppose. So you ask this question, what is euthanasia? Why is it administered? When is it advisable? Where is it done most? Who are responsible? How it can be done? I'm sure you can write a 2.5 page essay with that. This is the advantage of listening to this. So, I mean, do you think of the advantage of being a member of the Church of South India? This is the advantage. You will get these key secrets, how to apply, how to brainstorm, how to get your ideas put across, how to express yourself, how to improve your communicative ability, etc. And so you must have a roadmap. Roadmap means before you start speaking, a beginning, a middle, and an end. What are you going to say? Write it down on a piece of paper, the keywords. Don't read from the paper, but make sure within the time limit, you just write it. Why I support euthanasia. What are the reasons? Why it should be? When, where, who, and how. All these things should be explained within the short time. And it must have a beginning. It must be like a story, a beginning, a middle, and an end. Okay. And finally, talked about public speaking in many ways, extempore speech. And the next one is a declamation. Declamation. What is declamation? Declamation is repeating or reciting what somebody has already said. In my previous speech, I gave you a declamation example, like Mark Antony's speech from Julius Caesar. I have a dream from Martin Luther King, Friends, Romance and Country, etc. Then Sisters and Brothers of America, Vivekananda's speech. Then WWF, World Wrestling Federation. And then Amin Sayani, the different speeches I gave you. I'm not a good orator or a speaker, but I just I drew your attention to some of these things. Okay, so my time is limited. I have only 10 minutes left. So I would like to wind up with a beautiful song, and I have passed on the song to you. Okay, so before I wind up, I would like to sing a few lines, and then I leave some of you to give me your feedback. Normally, whenever I go to a class, I always ask my students to give me, what's your take-home knowledge today? घर में क्या लेके जा रहे हैं? उसके बारे में बोलिए मेरे को. Tell me what exactly you are going to take home. Tell your parents what you have got from this platform. That's the first thing. Then somebody has to propose vote of thanks. Before we come to the last program, now I think I passed on. Probably you must have a copy of the song before you. Michael Rowe, The Border Shore. Have you all got a copy? Have you got a copy of it? Or have you got the copy in front of you? Raise your hands.
No.
Yes or no? Anybody can answer. Have you got a copy? Anybody, please. No. Okay, no problem. I'll just sing 4 lines and finish it. You'll get a copy from your coordinator or the people concerned. And the song is very common song. You get it on the internet. Please download and sing it along and be a master of that. First of all, I read the 4 lines. Michael row the boat ashore, hallelujah. Michael row the boat ashore, hallelujah. Sister helped to trim the sail, hallelujah. Sister helped to trim the sail, hallelujah. The river is deep, the river is wide, hallelujah. Green pastures on the other side, hallelujah. I shall just download it after the program, listen to it, and then go to bed. Don't go to bed without listening to this. It's a very simple song, okay? So I am not a singer. Please pardon me if I go off the pitch or off the raga or something like that. Some of my listeners may be good at music, Carnatic, Hindustani, and pop music, but pardon me. Okay, here I go. Michael rowed the boat ashore, hallelujah. Michael rowed the boat ashore, hallelujah. Sister helped to trim the sail, hallelujah. Sister helped to trim the sail, hallelujah. The river is deep, the river is wide, hallelujah. Green pastures on the other side, hallelujah. Second stanza. Michael rowed the boat ashore, hallelujah. Michael rowed the boat ashore, hallelujah. Sister helped to trim the sail, hallelujah. Sister helped to trim the sail, hallelujah. Jordan's river is chilly and gold, hallelujah. Chills the body but not the soul, hallelujah. Okay, that's how I'm able to sing. I'm not a good singer, nor do I have a good voice, but I do believe that you will all try and do it better, maybe in one of those presentations. Okay, over to Dr. Matthew.